So I've been wanting to share my car testimony with y'all for a while. Um, if you didn't know, end of last year, I December 27th, I got in a accident and it resulted in my car being totaled. And to make matters worse, the other driver was uninsured, didn't have a license, didn't have really anything that would help to compensate for the loss. So I left the scene completely like discouraged of just like, okay, I don't have just money set aside to get like a new car anytime soon. I am a solo mom and I also, I'm running a business. So anyone who is an entrepreneur understands exactly what that means. It's, um, ups and downs of things like that. So there's not always consistent, just like reliable income flowing in all the time. And so I was just really like nervous of like what the future was gonna look like for me and my son. Um, as a mom of a 9 month old, it was just like he was 7 months at the time, and I just was not really sure how like functioning without a car would be. So that night I was just kind of like trying to weigh what my options would be, and so I started a GoFundMe with the hopes of like, if anybody's willing to help, I'm just gonna put this out here, and hopefully the generosity and kindness of other people will potentially help me to like regain some stability. And that was the support and love and generosity from people like overwhelmed me. Over $4,000 was raised, and that was just an immense blessing because that put me in a position to, even without insurance responding yet, like be in a position of where I could at least put down a down payment. Because in the economy that we in right now, cars are not cheap. So, and I wasn't trying to just get like a cheap cash car because then I'd be in the position of needing to get a new car soon. And with having a son, I wanted to, have a reliable vehicle. Because it's one thing to just have transportation for yourself, but I'm not trying to be sitting here like stranded or like having a car break down or having any issues like that with a baby in the car. Um, and that's just how I felt. I had faith to believe that God knew my heart, knew my desires, and was going to be faithful to not just provide the bare minimum, but provide with abundance, because that's who I believe God to be, a God of abundance. Um, so fast forward, insurance starts getting involved. I have USAA, and that was also just a blessing because pretty quickly after I started, submitting my claim and stuff, I was able to get rental reimbursement, which I didn't know I signed up for. A lot of times when you get a policy, like maybe I'm like this, maybe y'all got y'all stuff together, but I just signed up for things and I didn't remember what I had agreed to and what I didn't. So a friend of mine who is a personal law attorney was like, personal injury law attorney. He was like, well, hopefully you have uninsured motorists on your policy, because if you do, like, your insurance will compensate for the fact that that person was not insured. So I did, and the relief that I felt when I found out I had uninsured motorists was like, okay, we have hope. So it was just amazing because USAA also came through with a good amount of lump sum that matched almost what I received in the GoFundMe, and so altogether I came out of that with like $8,000. And I was looking for cars, and that was discouraging because like a lot of good vehicles, and I was looking for an SUV that I can grow in with my son. Because I had on my vision board a mom car. Like I wanted more space to carry strollers and toys and all the different things that you have to put in your car once you're a mom that doesn't always fit properly in like a sedan. And then also just for moving and different things, I just wanted to have a bigger vehicle. So I'm looking in like bare minimum for like low miles and like not a super old car with like not even 10,000. So some of the cars I was looking at. So I wasn't really sure what to believe for, but I'm just like, okay, God, like I just want, something nice, that I feel comfortable driving, but also, low miles, um, so that I'm not like risking needing to like replace the car or have any damages or liability to it anytime soon. So I had looked at a lot of vehicles and I had my rental at that time, so it was nice to basically be able to have time off. Because mind you, when I decided to work, when I decided to switch, I've moved locations in the midst for my salon. I am a business owner for a salon, and I moved suites. And right at the time that I got in a car accident and lost my car, I was already preparing to be off for like 2 to 3 weeks to make that transition. So during that time, I was able to car shop, and it was just like everything, even though it wasn't like it was an unforeseen circumstance. It was like you can always tell when God like covers it because even that timing was like ideal because I didn't know that was gonna happen, but I had all this time to be able to car shop and like just rest and recover from the minor injuries that I did have. Um, so to fast forward, I ended up finding um, an SUV that I went to Katie for. It was a BMW 2016, and it had like 69,000 miles, which is really good for a 2016. And I wasn't looking for a luxury vehicle, but it just happened to hit like all the bells and whistles, and it was only like $12,000. So I was like, okay, I can put a down payment down. I can save some money to cover payments, and then I can work towards paying the car off or just believe in God because the way He is, I believe He can pay it off as well. But I was encouraged to do payments to help with my credit and just like that kept being echoed throughout my buying process by the salespeople and like it made sense. And so I was just like, okay, God, like I think in the past I've always paid for cars in full, but this time I was like, okay, maybe this is a good opportunity to, you know, build my credit and things like that rather than just buying a car in full. Um, so I will show y'all the car. My son is sleeping right now, so I'm like trying to record this while um, I guess just he's sleeping because I can't just go downstairs. I need to be close by his room for when he wakes up. But once he's up, we'll do a little car tour and yeah, everything worked out. Like insurance payments were barely increased with the SUV, and I was surprised by that with it being like a luxury vehicle. Um, the payments were really affordable. They worked with me on that. And just everything just kind of made sense. Like that same day that we went, I thought about it. I prayed about it. I said, God, if this ain't from you, like please, let me know. And the process, everything just moved really smoothly for me to get the car the same day that I went to go look for it. And it just was a blessing because like literally a day before I got the car, I returned the rental, and so and my money hit that same day. Like I had to give up the rental, money for the settlement for insurance comes in, and I'm just like, okay, like I believe I'm gonna get a car this weekend. So it all worked out, and like literally the day that I got the car, the next day I had to go back to work. So it's just timing. Just God is so sovereign. Like even when things seem out of our control, like He is in control, and He will make things work out. And my encouragement through all of this is like when I got in the accident, I was like not going to settle for like, oh, I'm about to be down and out for of a car like for this like people who were close to me were like, well, you might not have a car for a while. I said, no, I'm gonna get a car soon. Like I believe that God will provide, and I just kept like that faith, even though I had no idea what that was gonna look like or how it would happen. I just was like, I'm not gonna believe that I'm not gonna have a car because that's not gonna work. And I think it's just like having that faith in God as a good father. Like He knows what I need, and it says that the Lord is my shepherd; I shall not want. I lack no good thing. So I knew that as my faith was like, God, you gonna do what you do. So, and mind you, this is the third car that I believe God for. Um, and every single time he's come through. So that's it for now. I'm gonna prepare to record the car reveal